friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I am bringing you episode 44 of Throwback Thursday. Now of course I have to give a huge love-filled shout out to my dear friend and fellow creator Jan Van. I will link her channel in my description box. She is the reason why I'm doing this weekly series. She is my muse and my inspo. She is incredible. Please go and subscribe to her channel and show her a ton of love and support if you haven't yet already. And I also want to give a huge love-filled shout out to my dear friend and subscriber Dawn for being the GOAT of TBT cheerleaders. So for this episode, I'm pulling in a palette that I've had in my collection for a while, but have not used yet. And it is the XNO Cosmetics Candy Shop palette. This is so cute. It does remind me of the game Candyland. I think that's kind of what this is like representing here, I think. Now I picked up this palette a while back when I did a giveaway, and then I promptly put it over there where I stack my palettes I haven't used yet and haven't used it yet. So now I'm finally going to use it. And what I want to do for the first look is I really want to focus on these neon colors because I just think they're so gorgeous. So I really want to use like the pink, the green, the orange, this yellow, and then I'm thinking like maybe these two and that shimmer is what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to decide if I want to use all four mattes or just a couple of the mattes. I don't really know. I think I am going to start off by putting Cupcake in my outer V area, and I'm going to blend it out with Push Pop. And then I think I'm going to put Candy Apple towards the front part of the transition area and just put a little bit of Candy Shop. I might. We'll see. And I mean, my eyelid's not huge, but I'm going to try. And then for the shimmers, I really do want to use Candyland, Sherbet, and Sprinkles. Or Frosting. Or wait, that might be Lollipop. I don't know. We'll see. But starting off with putting Cupcake down around here. Okay, I do have my brows done with the NYX Control Freak Brow Gel in Clear. And then this eyelid is primed in the Juvia's Place Prep Prime Eyeshadow Primer. And did I say I'm doing 2 looks with this? I'm doing 2 looks with this. Okay, the next look, I think I'm going to go more purple green, which is always where I want to go with a palette. Anytime there's purple and green in a palette, I'm like, but I also, when I saw the neons, I'm like, ooh. So that's what I'm doing today is the neons because I thought, ooh, how fun. Now, they may not show up neon on me because my skin tone's a little strange, and even though I do have a primer on, I don't know, sometimes neon colors can get a little murky on me, not be quite as neon-y as they might be on somebody else. And I don't know that I love this brush because it's almost like yeah, I don't really like that brush. I need to find something that's a little bit more compact. I think I found the right brush. Just the bristles were a little too long, and I don't know. I just need something that's a little bit more. I want to put like a lot of pigment down, but not really like blow this out a bunch with the blending aspect of things, you know? Like I'm not really blending, I'm just kind of smushing it onto my lid. At least that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, I have to ask you guys a question. Do you guys watch the show Yellowstone? My husband and I have watched all the seasons, and it just ended last night, and we watched it together, of course. And I'm curious, I mean, by the time this video goes up, it'll be over for a couple weeks, but I'm curious if any of you watched the show and if you watched the last episode and what you thought of it. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. I liked how it ended, but that show is so over the top dramatic. I was like, okay. So now I'm going to go into Candy Apple and put that towards the front right there. So I would really like to know what you guys thought of it. My husband and I were like, Beth, man, she is something else. She is something else. I'm not going to give away how it ended because, you know, some of you may not have seen it yet. And I realize too that some of you may have never watched the show, and you could absolutely give 2 hoots less what the show is even about, what happened in the show. I was a little bummed out that Kevin Costner did not continue on with the show because what happened, he was frustrated with the pay structure of the, right? Or no, that wasn't it. I think he was frustrated with the fact that he wasn't able to contribute as much with the writing. That's like flaking. Wasn't that what it was? I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, all these people have so much effing money and they're whining about, oh, I didn't get to do this, I didn't get to do that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he has the right to whine, and maybe he wasn't really whining, but I don't know. And this is going to get a little funky looking right there because it's green and pink and they're very different colors, but I'm just going to, you know, keep mushing them together. And the candy, what's this called? Candy apple. This shade is, I don't know if it's my favorite green, bright green matte I've ever used. I feel like I'm having to really layer it on here for it to show up on me. And, you know, could just be my skin tone. I don't know what's going on. I keep having to like clear my throat. It's annoying. I did eat some toast before I sat down to film, so my stomach won't be growling the entire time. I'm hoping anyway. Jeez, I can't stand it when that happens. Okay, I'm gonna leave it for that, like that, for right now, ba-ba-doo-ba-doo. But I might go back and I'm just gonna leave it like this for right now. And now I'm gonna take this orange shade, Push Pop, and take that around the edge there of that pink shade. Okay, here we go. And I did mention in my previous Throwback Thursday video that I'm crocheting now. And I am having so much fun with that. And I'm making my grandson a blankie. And it's so freaking cute. It's like this variegated yarn that's like white to light blue to dark blue. And then I'm gonna use this other blue yarn to like make a border around the outside edge of the blankie. It's so cute. I love it. I really do. I love it. I hope he loves it. I mean, he's 2. He's probably gonna be like, great, a blankie. Thanks, Nonny. Do you have some Hot Wheels cars for me? Because right now he's really, really, really into Hot Wheels cars. And the cool thing is, I think I already talked about this, but I'll just briefly mention it. My son had a ton of Hot Wheels cars that we saved from when he was little, right? And so the last time Wesley was here, or the last couple times, I had found those, and I'm just gonna go back in with the brush with the pink shade, just to kind of blend that a little bit better. I'd found them, and I brought him out for him to play with, and oh my gosh, he was so happy and excited and thrilled and just loved doing that. I like that a lot. I think this looks really cool. I do, I like it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into Candy Shop and put just a teeny tiny little bit of that around that green shade. I need to find a very specific brush. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, it didn't take me long. Okay. So, and it's really cool, like, having a grandchild that plays with your child's toys, you know? It's like really cool. It's like, wow, my son played with those, now he's playing with them. I don't know. You know, you don't think about it when your kids are little that potentially your grandchild could play with the same toy that your child's playing with. It's not like when I was, you know, when Braden was 2, I was like, oh, I bet you anything I'm going to have a grandson and he's going to come and play with Braden's cars. No, I didn't think that way at all, you know? So it's just fun to have that, you know? It is. It's really cool. I really like it a lot. This look is very strange. I'm not too sure that I love it. It's just this part right here that I don't love. But what I'm going to do is put the shimmers on. And I think that might maybe cohesiveness this together a little bit better. Maybe not, but we'll see. I always struggle with, I think what happens is, I think what a lot of people do is they kind of leave a little gap between those two very different shades and then maybe find like a bridging color. And I didn't do that. I just kind of, this looks like a watercolor to me, you know, like when the colors kind of just together. That's kind of what's happening here. And I think too, I might put a little bit of the Candy Shop shade, that yellow, out here too. Why not? Just a little bit. Just to kind of blend that out a little bit more. So now I'm going to go into Candyland and put that here. I'm going to put Sherbert in the center and then sprinkles towards the front. This might look really weird. Or should I might take sprinkles out. Let's just see. Let's just see what happens. I'm getting super excited to do my palette collection declutter videos. Very excited. That will be coming, I think, like this towards this. Ooh, yeah, that's beautiful. I will say that the XNO Cosmetics shimmers, I mean, I love their mattes too, but their shimmers are so gorgeous. I have, and then I'll get back to what I was talking about. I have this palette, of course, duh. And then I have the Valkyrie palette and then the Sunflower palette from, or it's called what is it? In a field of sunflowers, don't be a prick or something like that. Or I don't know. And field is spelled wrong. Cracks me up. But it's a beautiful palette. And I love the shimmers in that palette. And the mattes. I mean, yeah, everything. Awesome. Okay, back to what I was saying. So I'm really looking forward to doing my palette collection declutter videos, of course. And my goal, honestly, was I was going to do that like the last week of December and have like my first couple videos of January be that. But then I decided, I'm just going to clean this brush off. Then I decided, no, I don't really want to do that because I really like during the holiday season, if I can swing it, to just not do a whole lot of stuff. And so I thought, I just don't really want to film a bunch, you know? Like I'm just packing in the filming now so that I can have some time to not. Ooh, yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the shimmer shade kind of up into this green and up into the orange matte. Because I'm hoping that that will maybe... I mean, this is just a weird look. It is. And that's okay. I like that it's weird. I just don't know how well it jives up here. But whatever. What was I saying? Yeah, I just like to have some time to just to be lazy if I want to be lazy, see family if they're going to show up. I don't know, just veg out, watch movies, and just really relax because, you know, my work schedule and just what I do for a living, it can be stressful. I mean, everybody's job is stressful. I mean, there's probably some jobs that are not stressful. And good for you if you have a non-stressful job. You rock. I wish I were you. So I'm not being like, my job's super stressful. No one else's is. No one else's is. I know that's not true. Okay, now I'm going to go, I am going to go into sprinkles. Why not? Why not? Let's just go for it. But I just desperately need, like, unplug, you know, from stuff. So that's what I'm really wanting to do. I don't know why it's taking me 20 minutes to explain that, but it is apparently. Ooh, yes, I'm so glad I put the green on. That's so pretty. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Yeah, I like this. I mean, it is weird. It looks like kind of clown-esque, but I do like it. It's very different than what I've done ever, right? I don't think I've ever done something quite like this before. I mean, it's very colorful, very neon, and very cool, I think. Looks like a little, like a kid's watercolor. I like it. Okay, so I do want to go back in to Sherbet, the orange shade, with my finger and just kind of smush this together really well. Yes, I do. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with this brush into the cupcake shade. And I'm really not sure though what I'm going to put it out here. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with my lower lash line though. I'm thinking what I'll do is this green, this bright green, because I can't use pink. Or, well, I think I'm going to use the dark green. Because I can't really put pink or I'm going to look not good. I love this. I think this is really fun. It's very different than what I've done before, I feel like. So what I'll do is I'll go off camera, clean this up, try to replicate this on my other eye. Good luck, Erica. The rest of my face, and I will come back. So this, of course, is finished look number 1. I do like the look. It's just different, right? It's different than stuff that I normally do. But I wanted to try something different with this palette. I'm just getting used to how this looks on my eyelids. That's all. I do not have time to show you everything I have on my face for this look because I got to get my butt to work. But let me just show you a couple things. I did use my Queen Nubia Cosmetics loose highlighter in the shade Nightlife. This is so cute. It's just this, oh, I'm shaking it because it's loose. You guys probably can't hear it, but I can. It's this really pretty light pink shifty, and I have it on my face. I love it. And then on my lips, I did use the Menagerie liquid lipstick in the shade Hook, Line, and Sinker. Love it. Okay, and then everything else will be listed in the description box. Okay, let's talk about the palette. XNO Cosmetics Candy Shop. I will say that everything I used worked really well for this look. Very pigmented and blendable. This shade here, Candy Apple, I did feel like I had to layer quite a lot of that onto my lid for it to be noticeable. Could just be my skin tone, I don't know. On my lower lash lines, I put Gummy, and I blended it out a little bit with Candy Apple. And I really do like the shades that I used. I feel like the neon did translate onto my eyelids. Maybe not completely neon, but still pretty darn neon. And the shimmers are absolutely gorgeous. And they all worked really well together. In my inner corners, I use this shade here called Frosting, which I kind of wish I just used that. But I thought, well, let's try a different shade. And out of the palette, you know, try to use as many as I can in this video in 2 looks. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think of my eye look? It is very different. I think it is really pretty, but it's just, it's going to take me probably all day to get used to it. And I don't know that I will repeat a look like this ever again, but I might, you never know. So enough of the rambling, Erica. Let's move on to look number 2. So back for look 2 with the XNO Cosmetics Candy Shop palette. Now for this look, I'm actually kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone here, because I do really want to take part in Charlie, Peanut Butter Beauties, I'll link her channel in my description box, her singles cruise challenge for this month. However, I'm not going to be using any singles, but you can use whatever you want. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me pop the picture up of the image that I chose. This is of the North Pole for December's singles cruise challenge on Instagram. I guess I could say that too. Basically, the premise is that she chooses several pictures from a specific location. You choose the picture and then you create a look based on the colors that are in the image that she chose, that you chose. Okay, so there's greens like aquas and blues and like white silvery stuff going on in that picture. So I'm gonna use this shade here called Peppermint Forest, this shade here called King Candy, Mr. Mint, and then I'm gonna use Ice Cream and Frosting. I was gonna use Jolly. It's this really weird, like kind of like a pressed glitter, but it's like putty almost, but there's really no purple in that image. So I kind of doing something else, but I do really want to put that on my lids at some point because I think it looks really pretty. So this will be coming again on my channel. There's so many shades in here and they're so beautiful. Okay, so starting off with that darker teal shade, Peppermint Forest, putting that in my transition area. I do have my brows done, Control Freak by NYX in clear, and then of course the Juvia's Place Prep Prime eyeshadow primer is on my eyelids, or eyelid. And let me make sure this is okay. Yes. All right, here we go. Here we go, kids. And I'm using a Refer 14 brush. Okay. Really excited to play with this palette again today. I got so many compliments on that bright neon look at work. I was a little, honestly, I'm going to be totally honest, I was a little nervous to wear that to work. Not that anybody would ever care what I have on my eyelids at work. Nobody cares. I mean, really, they don't. I can go to work with full makeup on, no makeup on. Nobody cares at my office. But it was pretty damn bright, you know? And I thought, I don't know. And no, everyone was like, oh, I love your makeup. Even people that don't normally comment on my makeup were like, oh, wow, that's so pretty. I love the bright summery spring colors. And I'm like, yeah, maybe not the best choice for this time of year. And they're like, oh, no, it's awesome because it's like, makes us be like, oh, the sun will come out again at some point because it's really gray here right now, really gray. But it's been like in the low 60s. I'm like, okay. It was freezing and then now it's in the low 60s. So I don't know. It's just we have a very strange weather pattern happening right now. So anyway, I thought that was cool that people enjoyed that look for sure. And I had kind of a bizarre couple days at work just with lots of different things that are coming in January that we're getting all set up on and figured out. And then I had to set up a whole new computer system, which is like the worst, you know, because I'm not tech savvy at all. And luckily my coworker is like, oh, I'll help you. I'm like, thank you. So she and I cracked that out pretty quickly actually, but then like we couldn't figure out how to turn the monitors on, and then it was really easy. We were like, huh? Oh. So anyway, and then a couple of the monitors I do have to send back, and then my old laptop I have to send back, and that's always a pain in the ass because I have to like, I'm the one that has to package all those things up and then take them down to the local like pack mail place that, you know, they give me like a prepaid for box thing, but still a pain in the ass. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into Mr. Mint and put that around the outer edge. Let me grab a brush for that. I was gonna use my like shadow shield, you know, and have a real crisp line and stuff. And I really like to use those. The thing that's tough though for me about using those is when I only do one eye on camera and then I have to go and do the other eye off camera, and I have to try to line up the thing perfectly. Doesn't this, I don't like this brush. Hold on. It's just hard because I don't always get it lined up evenly. And it's obvious it's not lined up evenly. And then I look like a total ding dong. I mean, I don't think anybody probably really gives a shit but me, but I still am like, that's not cute. That looks really weird. I don't like that because it looks like this side's going up and this side's going out. And I'm like, So I just thought, well, I just want to do that today, but I do really want to do that again soon. Okay, I think that looks okay. It's not my best effort, I don't think, but I'm gonna move on. So now I'm gonna go into King Candy, putting that in my outer V. Okay, I have a question for you guys. What is a musical artist or group that you think, oops, let me move this out of the way, that you think has amazing lyrics? Like you hear their lyrics and you're like, man, this just resonates with me. I'm just curious because I filmed my Pearl Jam video, you know, that'll come up a couple weeks before this, I think. Yeah, I don't know, doesn't matter. You will have seen that if you watched it, you will have seen the Pearl Jam video before this one comes up. Okay, and I, you know, of course, have always really enjoyed their music and stuff and their lyrics. But I will say that, you know, like, it's not like I just sit and think about Pearl Jam lyrics all the time. And I don't know. Of course, when I do one of those videos, I spend a lot of time listening to the artist's music again. And of course, I've always thought they had amazing lyrics, but I don't know. It's like I just had this whole like Pearl Jam lyric awakening. And if you have never heard the song Black by Pearl Jam, I would go and listen to it and find, like, if you go onto YouTube, you can, like, you know, find the original video and whatever, but find a version of Black. Actually, I'll link it in my description box. I'm sure I linked it in the Pearl Jam video too. I have not, at this time, I have not edited that yet, so, but I'm going to link it again in my description box, and I'm going to put the version with the lyrics, and I want you to read the lyrics to that song. And it's about a breakup, and I'm telling you, the lyrics to that song encompass a breakup better than I think any song I've ever heard in regards to a breakup. I mean, my gosh, it's like, oh, it's so depressing, but also like beautiful at the same time, and just like, yep, that's it. Those are the feelings you feel. And oh man, there's a part where he says he's taking a walk outside and he can hear kids laughing in the background, but he's just searing inside with his emotions about losing this, you know, woman that he was in love with. And oh boy, it's a doozy. It is a doozy. So anyway, I don't know. I work with the gentleman who plays bass in a like jazz band, and he and I talk about music together all the time. I went back into Peppermint Forest. Sorry, if I start talking, I forget what the hell I'm doing. And he and I talk about music together all the time. Now, he is not a huge grunge fan, because I mentioned this in the Pearl Jam video. Either you are a grunge fan, typically people are either a grunge fan or grunge fan, or they're a hair band fan. It's very rare that you find someone like myself who likes both, because I really do like both. And my coworker's not really into the grunge movement. He's just like, yeah, I don't really, they're too depressing and too, you know, like kind of whiny, and he just wasn't into it. But he does have respect for their musicality and their lyrics. So I said, I'm going to go back into Mr. Mint, the lighter teal or whatever, aqua, and just kind of blend a little bit more. Maybe this blend will do what I want it to do. I don't know. Usually, like by the time I go through 3 or 4 applications of a shade, I finally get the blend the way I want it. Not always, but usually. Anyway, and I said, go listen to Black and like look at the lyrics, like, you know, check them out. And he was like, you're right. Those are damn good. I'm like, I know they are. And, you know, Pearl Jam had so many good songs with the most amazing lyrics. And I already did a video about them, so I don't need to do another one. Sorry, but I don't know. I've just been like totally, I mean, I got home from work and I'm like, okay, Paul, listen to me. I want you to really critically listen to Pearl Jam, the song Black. And he's like, I've heard it. I'm like, listen to it again. I even did this to my kids, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to go into ice cream. Should I put that too? Nah. Ice cream and frosting. Because like I raised my kids on 80s and 90s music, and my son and daughter both. But I would say maybe, well, no, my daughter does too, but maybe more so my son is really into like 80s, 90s stuff, right? And so yesterday I sent them a text message. We have a group text. And I said, listen to me. If you don't ever listen to anything I say to you, listen to this, please. I said, I want you both to spend some time today listening to these Pearl Jam songs and read the lyrics. And I even did it to Jan and Shawnee. I sent them links to Daughter and Better Man. And to my kids, I sent Black, Daughter, Better Man, and Alive. And, you know, those are like very popular Pearl Jam songs. And, you know, I don't mean to get all like commercialized, because there are so many other Pearl Jam songs that were never released on the radio that are just as good, if not better. But anyway, I don't know. And my son's like, Mom, I have listened to those songs probably more times than you have. And I'm like, Brayden, no, you haven't. No, you have not. Okay? No, you have not. And I said, nice try, my friend, but I still want you to listen to them again and like really listen to the lyrics. I'm just putting a lot of this right here because that blue's so dark and it's like kind of peeking through, and I mean, not that I care, but I just am trying to get that. That is so, I think this looks a lot like that picture. Okay, I love that. Now I'm gonna go into frosting this one here and put that towards the front. Anyway, it was so funny. I listen to that more times than you have. Okay, Brayden. Oh, geez. He's a huge fan of Michael McDonald, who sang with the Doobie Brothers, who actually I saw him in concert at the local fairgrounds here. He was amazing. And what was crazy at that time was that my mom had a boyfriend who looked exactly like Michael McDonald. I mean, I'm not kidding, exactly like him. And when we were walking through the fair that night to get to the concert, and even after the concert, there were people walking up to him asking for his autograph, thinking that he was Michael McDonald. It was so bizarre. I mean, I don't know, looked exactly like him. Anyway, but Brayden's really into Michael McDonald right now, and also Christopher Cross, which I think is awesome. You know, I think it's great that he's into that kind of stuff because they're great musicians and great singers. I'm gonna go back into, what's that called? Ice cream. Just plop a little bit of that more on here. You know, I think it's awesome because there's, you know, both, I would say both Michael McDonald and Christopher Cross are amazing singers and a very unique sound to them, you know. I don't know if you've ever heard the song Sailing by Christopher Cross. It's really good. And NSYNC did a version of Sailing, which is actually pretty damn good, I will say. I usually don't like the remakes of stuff, but I like that. Okay, I'm gonna go back into King Candy, the dark blue matte, and just kind of spiff up that outer edge of that shimmer. And then I'm gonna wrap this up, you guys. I really like how this turned out. Really like how it turned. This almost looks, no, okay. You know, sometimes when you put a shimmer on and it looks like there's no shimmer on your lid, that's kind of what it was looking like to me, but I do see the shimmer. I don't know what I'm seeing. I just kind of think that there's something weird with my lights in here. Not, well, there's nothing wrong with my lights. I think it's something, it's like doing something weird with my vision, because I keep thinking that eyeshadow looks patchy on this lid, and it's not patchy, I don't think, but it looks like it to me. I don't know. And I'm telling you right now, I have got to get contacts, okay? I can barely see anymore. And it's getting real difficult when I put my eyeshadows on to like really see what the hell I'm doing. And I don't like that feeling, because I'm like especially this eye, I almost practically do this eye blind. Like I really cannot see what I'm doing. It's kind of, I don't know, I need to go to the doctor and get some vision help big time, because yeah. And I also think, like, I do wear reading glasses, but how the hell do you wear reading glasses while you're putting your eye makeup on? That's not going to work. So yeah, I think I need to get some contacts or something. But then I worry about getting eyeshadow in my eye with my contacts in. But I know a handful of folks that wear contacts and they do their makeup and they're fine. So, okay, I think I'm done. I really like this. I think it looks very similar to the color or the image that I chose for Charlie's challenge. So I'm gonna go off camera, clean this up, do the rest of my other eye, do the rest of my face, and I'll be back. So this is finished look number 2 and my final look for this video. And I love how this look turned out. I loved how look number 1 turned out. Really fun to finally put a palette to use that has been sitting in this room for way too long without any use. I used it. Okay, let me show you everything I have on my face for this finished look, and then I'm going to show you the palette again and ooh and ah over it, sing its praises, all that stuff, because I love it. Okay, so I did use a primer today, the Maybelline New York Fit Me Matte and Poreless Primer, because when I use this, the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Glow 24-Hour Foundation in the shade 203, it kind of takes a turn at some point in the day, and I start looking real sweaty, and it's not cute. It doesn't look glowy anymore. It looks sweaty. So I thought, well, let's try this and this together. And yeah, it works great. Kind of cuts the sweaty. And then I topped it with the CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. I am using the LYS No Limits Bronzer in Motivate in my Def Leppard Panning Project. I love it. For my blush, I used out of the Blame It on the Blush palette from Made by Mitchell. I use this shade here. Okay, I do this quite commonly where I will gouge it because and think pink. I just like pink with blue. That's it. Love this so much. And then on my inner corners, I use the Aurora Glow Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Luna for my inner corners. I was going to put it on my face, and actually, I just forgot to do this. I am going to put the Queen Nubia Cosmetics loose highlighter in Nightlife on my face before I head to work. And then on my lips, I use the Menagerie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Pink Pachyderm. Love it. This is new in my collection and I love it. Just like pink with blue, I don't know. And then for my upper lid liner, I use the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Felt Tip Liner in black that I use all the time. I was going to get up and get a blue pot gel liner, and I didn't want to. And then I use my Maybelline New York Sky High Mascara, which I'm madly in love with. Okay, I think that's it. Now let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. XNO Cosmetics Candy Shop. On my lower lash lines for this look, I put pink, Peppermint Forest and King Candy, and then I put a little bit of Mr. Mint. And I'm telling you, I know there's a ton of shades I didn't use in here, okay? I know, and I'm going to be using this again on my channel because the entire year of 2025, I'm not buying a new eyeshadow palette. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, I want to use all the shades in here. That's something I'm thinking about doing, is like maybe doing a series where I use a palette for an entire week, you know, well, depending on how big the palette is, but use every single shade in the palette before I move on to another one. I don't know. I'm thinking about that. Anyway, the shadows that I used for both looks, beautiful. The mattes were pigmented, blendable, played nicely together, lasted really well throughout the day. The shimmers are stunning. They're not the most incredible shimmers I've ever used in my life. No, they're not, but they're beautiful. They're opaque. They apply beautifully. They stay put. They're really, really nice. I do really want to get this on my lids too. This kind of putty pressed glitter. Very unique shade. I mean, you can see the little dip in it because I keep pushing. I'm like, what is that? Loved both color combinations for both looks. Really fun. Love the neons in here. Like I said, I got so many compliments on that neon look, and I'm hoping I get compliments on today's look too. I love that you can have a palette like this and do two different things. Neon, and then today more like obviously the teal and blue and kind of icy. So fun. Oh, I love this palette, love this brand. If you guys are wanting a colorful palette I thought this palette was very affordable, and you're wanting to support a smaller indie brand, highly recommend getting this palette. I really do. I mean, I don't like to push things, but I'm really impressed. Really impressed. Let me know what you think of the palette. And if you have the palette, I'd love to talk about that in the comment section. Also, let me know which look you like the best that I created for this video. Look 1 or look 2. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I'd love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.